Energized show, up the Irish.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, The Face Off. Ross,
You big dosser.
introduce the guest, man.
Today we have two of Ireland's finest boxers. They're going to face off down in Waterford. We have the real deal, Dylan Moran, and we have the pretty boy, Declan Geraghty. Lads, how are we feeling?
All good, Ross, pal.
All good, lads. Yourselves.
I can't
Welcome to
complain.
the show, lads.
Barry, what about you? But the lads didn't
Ross.
ask who you were, so I'll ask who you are.
Ross, I'm doing absolutely brilliant.
I'm Phil. I'm very Phil.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. Lads, this is a big one. This has a lot of people talking, a lot of people interested. Dylan, obviously this fight is the homecoming. It's in your hometown. How did this fight come about?
Yeah, so basically about 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to fight someone different. That fight fell through. In that phone call, they said to me, the promoter said to me, Declan Geraghty will take it. And I never really pictured myself fighting Deco. And I was like, do you think so? He goes, I know so. I said, find out. He rang me back an hour later, says, Deco's game ball. I was like, make the fight. And he said, look, take a few days, think about it. We'll see what options you have. 8:30 the next morning, I voice noted him and I said, make the fight. He said, there's no change in your mind, is there? And I said, no, it's just an exciting fight.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely
really
piqued
is.
our attention. I think we knew about the fight maybe 5 or 6 days before it was announced. We were on to 2 years, a couple of DMs going back and forth, but we were very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
How did the fight come across for you, Deco? Did you just hear from his promoter, or?
I was meant to fight against Rowan Day, another fella from Waterford, as the co-main event. And Rowan pulled out. He was fighting the boy for like a UBO world title. And when I found that out, my manager goes, would you fight Dylan? And I goes, yeah, it's like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy to fight anyone. As Dylan said there, because manager said to me, when I was talking to him, he said that, well, we kind of had a feeling you would take the fight, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm game ball to fight anyone. I don't really give a fuck, you know what I mean? So it's a jump up in weight, but like, it is what it is, man. It's two blokes having a knock, and that's the end of it.
Absolutely love it. Dale, we have to ask, obviously in the build, like Katie Taylor is going to be fighting the Tree Arena against Amanda Serrano. And in the build-up, there was talk about you fighting Paddy Donovan. Like, was there ever an opportunity of this happening on the Katie Taylor card or even on this card?
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth with that, but I was on a kind of time frame where it was, do I, put my life on hold for Katie Taylor on the chance that it happens, or do I crack on with my own show? And, there's nothing more important than fighting at home for me, so I just put the blinkers on and said, let's go ahead with Waterford, and here we are.
Yeah, it's definitely a big fight. Like, you two, both your names carry quite a lot of weight in the Irish boxing scene, so it's definitely got people talking. Tell us this, in terms of other Irish domestic fights, where do you think this ranks in an all-time?
I don't know, to be honest with you. By the reaction is after getting it up there. It's an intriguing fight. There's a lot of split opinions on it. That's what makes these fights good. You know what I mean?
What's your take on Deco?
You'll only find out on the 8th, won't you? And the lives up to it. That's the only way you'll find out how like the build-up can be very good, but as me and Jono had, it wasn't much of a build-up, and then all of a sudden they came into one of the fighting nights, fight of the years, one fight of the year. So you'll only find out on the night if it's up there, if it's the all-time best, or if it's just a flop. So we'll only find out on the night.
Yeah, we will find out. If you are interested in tuning in, make sure to get onto Dylan's Instagram for tickets and Declan's Instagram for tickets as well. It goes down the 8th of April in the C2 Arena in Waterford. The beautiful Waterford, Dylan.
Absolutely, yeah, the beautiful water is right.
I've had great support from there for years, and I'm sure Declan will bring plenty of dubs down with him. Ireland versus Dublin, the atmosphere will be one to remember.
Waterford versus Dublin, not Ireland. I think you said.
But, I said Waterford versus Dublin.
I thought you said Ireland, but yeah, I was down there down at the boxing club, and I went down. His manager was meeting me down at the boxing club for the promo, and I drove down. And I said, "Goes, this place is a shithole." I said to him, "I goes, this feels like home to me." This does. I said, "This feels like home to me." This, I loved it. I goes, "This is rough as fuck. This is where I'm from." Like, it was like driving through fucking Coolock or something, you know, man. I fucking dog and something. It was a shithole. I'm from Flats originally. So this feels like fucking home. This is deadly. And he actually told me that he actually used to live down there. And I was like, surprising enough, like, it seemed like a good feel, you know what I mean? So I expect to be a great time down there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing that is special as well is seeing boxing shows booked back in the Republic of Ireland. I know there's been a good few up in Belfast, and a lot of Irish fighters have had to go up that way. But maybe we'll touch with yourself, Deco, because Dill's been off in Eastern Europe for I'd say 5 of the last 10 years. What's it like to fight south of the border?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have a fight. It's nice to have a fight in Ireland, in the Republic again. So it's been a while for me. I've had a lot of fights all over the world, but it's nice to have like it's a homecoming for him where it is, but the homecoming for me to have me own, to have my own family and friends, not have to travel abroad to fight there. You know what I mean? So on that, a lot of people have been on to me for tickets as well. So I expect to bring a big crowd there. Obviously, I wouldn't expect to have as big a crowd as him, but the noise will match it.
Yeah, obviously it has its advantages. You know, like I said, I'm sure Deco will have his own numbers down with him. Like I said, Waterford versus Dublin, it can be nothing but an exciting night, and I'm sure the atmosphere will take the roof off the place.
And then, Deco, what way do you see the fight going? Obviously, we can talk about the build-up, and, you know, it's a great bout between two Irish fighters, but how do you see the fight actually playing out?
I think it's a very difficult fight for both of us. I don't think Dylan gets the respect he deserves in a lot of the boxing community. A lot of people say how much of a blogger or social media he is because he's big on the Instagram. But he's a very good boxer. He's a very good, talented boxer. I think my father's done one or maybe two of his corners before. My father knows how good he is and what he brings to the table. So it's going to be a tough, hard fight. It is like I don't expect at all an easy fight. I do expect at times to go in the trenches together. The boxing to come out on top, the fighting to come out on top. It's either or. It's gonna have to do whatever I have to do to win this fight. I do expect a good, solid, hard 10 rounds. So. Like it's a tough fight, you know. I mean, it's a really tough fight. People are like he said, people are having two sides of it, and people are like, "Why are you moving up so much weight to fight?" It's actually nice to have a build up where like people are like it's well and good going to England and fighting someone over in England who's a bit of a name over in England, but it's not the same kind of banter. It's not the same back and forth off the same kind of stick you're getting off people from Ireland. You know what I mean? Like it's you're going to England. You're the foreigner. At least I'm on home soil here, and it's nice to fucking have the bit of stick back and forth between the bows. Now I'm not really a trash talker anymore. Maybe a few years ago I would have a bit more respectful now and a bit more older now. So you're not going to really get much trash talking off me. But I'll say what I feel, and I do believe I beat him. You know what I mean? I do believe the best Declan Geraghty beats the best Dylan Moran all day long. I'm sure he's going to say the same thing, but. We'll only see in the night, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't realize your dad had cornered him. Dale, does that add a bit of a personal touch to this fight for you that Deco's dad's cornered you before?
Yeah, I actually only done an interview earlier on where I said I have a lot of time for Declan and his dad. His dad's a good man. But you know, this is business. It's the very same respect that comes back from me. I believe this is a fight where it doesn't really need trash talking. It just sells itself. You know, there's no wool being pulled over Deco's eyes. Never mind boxer. Right? Deco knows what I'm about, just like I know what he's about. And, you know, at the end of the day, we're fighting for the Irish title, so it could be nothing but the fight that it's going to be.
And tell us on that, because Dec touched on it. Obviously, you know, people might view slightly differently. Obviously, you had that back and forth with Jake Paul at that stage and stuff like that. Do you feel like a fight like this and a win here will get you that respect that you're looking for amongst the Irish boxing scene?
Yeah, 100%. You know, listen, I've served my trade. I've been boxing since I'm 4 years of age. This Jake Paul thing and this Instagram, you know, it just kind of got in the way a bit. I couldn't give excuse the language, but I couldn't give a fuck about social media. This is the most important thing in my life. Do you know what I mean? And anybody that wants to look at BoxRec and wants to look at Instagram and thinks that that's Dylan Moran, well, then they're a bigger fool. And like Declan said, we'll see on the 8th of April.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Dec, tell us this. We know you said you know you're going to be in the trenches at some stage, but obviously being the lighter man coming up, do you think you can get the finish in this fight?
Yeah, I do actually believe that. I seen Dylan did an interview about like I'm coming up in weight and I've been sparked out before with the lighter guys, but I don't think you realise how weight drained I would have been, and it's only people around me how much weight drained I've been. I'm actually I'm strong at me walking around weight, and this is a walking around weight. I'm strong at, very very strong at. So that's why I was happy to take this fight. Uh, like people are looking at Dylan's record, and he lost to basically, no disrespect to a journeyman, but it was a very, very tough journeyman. He was 2-2. If you look at him, he went on to beat another undefeated kid after him, and then picked up 2 losses against good people. So people are looking and saying he got sparked out by a journeyman. I know what he brings to the table. Dylan has a good work rate, very good engine, good work rate, and he can box. He's going to be tough to beat. People have always said about how talented I am. I don't think anyone really is very close to my boxing ability, my boxing IQ. And people always said I neglected strength or stamina or whatever else. So I'm just thinking, what am I going to be like? I mean, walking around weight strong, not physically draining my body no more. How good I can be. Maybe I'm at the leaving a bit too late to move up, but we'll only see on the 8th.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's and adds an extra sort of part of the story for this one that you are moving up. And like, I suppose my next question would be then to Dylan on that. Dylan, do you feel like there's more pressure because Deco's moving up? Do you feel like that makes you a heavier favourite coming into this fight?
No, listen, I said again, I don't really listen. Never mind the weight. Deco's probably heavier than me today. You know, if Declan Geraghty beats me on the 8th of April, I'll shake his hand and I was beat by the better man, and I go home and deal with it. There's no weight. There's no, I took Deco lightly. Do you know what I mean? There's no one taking him lightly. I signed up for the fight at welterweight. I'll be there at welterweight, and what happens happens.
And then the last question is if Katie Taylor can get Crow Park done, whether it be in May or in September, is that a card that will be an all-time for you to get on? We'll start with yourself, Dil.
Yeah, I think every fighter in the country would want to be a part of that. And I think it's fair enough to say whoever wins on the 8th of April and holds the Irish title would be front running.
And what about yourself, Deco? Would that be something would that be a bucket list for you? Croker?
No, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm not thinking about life until after the 8th. There's nothing planned for after that. I'm only focusing on the 8th. I don't think of a break. I don't think of a holiday. I don't think of going out partying. I don't think of resting. I don't think of nothing. The 8th is the only thing I've thought about. I've took this fight. It's a hard fight for me. It's a hard fight for me, and I'm taking it with open arms. And like at the end of the day, it's like this is probably my last fight, my second last fight, or it's definitely by the summertime. If I win every fight right up to the summertime, that's me packed in either way. This is the end of me. So I'm enjoying the build up, I'm enjoying the buzz, I'm enjoying training, I'm enjoying the training, being back training 2 to 3 times a day. I'm enjoying it all. I don't think either of us is taking it lightly. I know he's away in Germany. I'm at home flat on match training as well. So it's just like I'm not thinking past the 8th. The 8th is the only goal I'm looking at. The 8th is in my head. The 8th is the only date I need to worry about from here on in.
And then just one last thing, just in the build up to the fight, will you guys be releasing any like training vlogs or anything like that on the build up to it? How we getting inside of the camp? Start with yourself, Dale. Will we be seeing any video footage of you on the build up?
Yeah, I'm fairly on my own over here, so I'll just do the usual kind of, show people as much as I can. But again, I'm just like Declan. The fight's made now. I don't really need to. I'll play my part in promoting it as you have to do and sell the fight. I'm just focused on the 8th of April. But yeah, I'll be showing as much as I can.
And what about yourself, Deco? Will we see much out of you?
Yeah, our friend Fighter 365 is
JC.
doing all the work. JC is doing all the work. The main man himself, he's doing all the work. We started today for the first time, did a tiny little bit. So yeah, well, we show him whatever needs to be shown. Really, you know what I mean? Like it's like anything else. We only all show what we want to show. You know what I mean? That's the truth between both boxers. You know what I mean?
And then I suppose just to wrap things up, Dill, April 8th. How does the fight end?
Look, firstly, Deco, it's going to be a pleasure to share the ring with you. I'm really looking forward to the very best of luck in camp. The 8th of April, I just feel it's my time. Declan's had his. It's my time. I'm absolutely chomping at the bit. There's no mileage on the clock. and whatever has to be done, whichever way the fight goes, you know, I can go life and death for 10 rounds. You know, I don't get tired. So whatever needs to be done on April 8th, I'll do it.
And Deco, how does April 8th finish?
A war. I predict a war. I'm sick and tired of looking back on all these fights of just tipping and tapping and moving around. I'm looking forward to getting into the trenches and having a war and enjoying it. Like, I'm bringing people down to Dublin to support me. I don't want to be just bouncing around and picking a fight. I want to get into the trenches and show a bloodbath. I expect a good, tough fight. And that's what I want. I'm looking forward to it, and then I'm looking forward to leaving it all in the ring and walking away from it then.
That's what I like to hear, Deco.
That's what I think that's everyone likes to hear. So make sure to tune in.
I was meant to ask you, Dylan. Hold on. I was meant to ask you, Dylan. What was up and make sure you show up on the 8th?
I sure I sent you the message saying all respect out the window, and I tried to get a bit of buzz going.
Of course, mate. Look, I have respect
but
for
you never bit. I was trying to get a bit of buzz going. Do you know what the actual truth is behind it? Like, I couldn't say anything bad about the guy, and I was like, I need to not like him. You know what I mean? I need to get a bit of spike going here and give me a reason to say, oh, I'm going to do him. You know, but he didn't give it to me.
He said your teeth weren't as white as you think they are.
I was only short of showing up to the door that night, Dylan, I was.
Yeah.
I'm from the flats, boys. I'm from the flats. I'm from born and reared in the flats. I'm like, if anyone... I have no problem with Dylan. I don't need him not like you to want to punch the head off you. I really don't. I think you're a fucking diamond of a young player. You're sound down there. I'm still playing.
Hey, bro, it works. It works both ways. Listen, you've got a set of balls you've always had. Just bring them with you on the 8th of April. You're going to need them.
Lovely.
Yeah, we're absolutely buzzing for this one, lads. April 8th. It's going to be live in the C2 Arena in Waterford. Ross, take us away, bud.
Yeah, and make sure to get your tickets. They're definitely going to go fast. Get on to the lads and they'll let you know where to get them. But guys, thanks a million for your time. We are absolutely buzzing for this fight, as should all Irish combat sports fans. Whether you like boxing or MMA, this is a fight not to be missed. These are two of the best that Ireland have to offer. So make sure to be there or make sure to catch it on whatever platform it will be on. As for this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, not miss any more Energized content. And as always, Stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.